Welcome,
Hi.
everyone. This is Brenda Dawson, and I have Moon Girl here, and you're watching the Paranormal Dolls. We want to say thank you to everyone who follows us and who watches the show every week and send us emails or messages. We appreciate that. We love you all, and just welcome. And again, don't forget, share, like, subscribe. We're here all the time, so just follow us. Uh, so how are you, Moon Girl?
Really good. Really excited about our guests. I love these ladies. The Lisas, like Corey and Corey from the 80s. But paranormal.
Welcome,
My
ladies.
Lisas.
How are you?
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us on. We're so excited. Thank you.
So are we. So are we. So, Lisa Franks, why don't you start? Just a little bit about yourself and how you got here and what you're up to.
Well, all right. Well, my name is Lisa Franks. I'm old, and
No.
I'm a
So am
mom.
I.
I'm old. Yeah. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a paranormal investigator, and I am the co-property manager of the haunted old Lavaca County Jail in Hallettsville, Texas. And
Which
I'm
I
also
love.
Yes, girl. I know you've been there several times, as long with my girl Lisa as well, who is my podcast partner. We
Yeah.
about almost a year ago, I think it'll be a year in August. We started a podcast as well. But I guess a little about me. I started seeing dead people. We're just going to be real blunt, basic about this. Started seeing dead people when I was 11 years old. Seeing them clear as day, like I am looking at. Well, I guess you guys are on screen, but seeing them truly physically.
Right.
This happened.
We're actually ghosts right now, me and Glenda. So you are seeing us.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, it is such a mind fuck a lot of times because I'll go places and I'm like, okay, or like, it's like everybody's seeing these same people that I'm seeing. Like, that's constantly on my mind. I mean, I don't know, one of those things. But I started seeing dead people when I was in the hospital. I was diagnosed with diabetes at age 11, and I was very, very sick. I was tested in the doctor's office. They rushed me right over to the hospital. So I guess one of those near-death experience maybe kind of things. I don't know. But that, when I was in the hospital, diagnosed with that, is when I saw my first dead person. Went home, started the same thing, seeing the same person every night. It's pretty terrifying. Luckily, I guess for me, my father grew up in a very active home as well. He is sensitive as well, along with some people on his side of the family. So when I started talking about what I was seeing, they didn't look at me weird, they were understanding, both my parents, about it. So, I guess dealt with it the best you can when you're growing up. We had priests come to the house and bless my room and bless the house and all that. Unfortunately, and amen, but unfortunately it didn't work. The man was still in my room every single night, but
Lindsay,
hey,
did you ever figure out who this man was?
I did. So I have a very amazing friend who is an amazing psychic. His name is Fernando Moran. I had a reading with him, and as we were going through a mediumship reading and a psychic reading, he actually brought this up, which to me was just, again, mind-blowing. Everything he said was, but it was mind-blowing because, like, this is nothing I really talked about with anybody outside of my family at this time. But he started talking about it, and he said that, a long time ago, like early 1900s, that whole subdivision was like woods, and he was like kind of like a lumberjack, and he was cutting down, cutting trees, and he had a heart attack and died. He did not know that he had a heart attack and died. So he's still thinking that he's working, like to that day, he still thought that he was working, and he stumbled upon me. So that's why I would see this man at the end of my bed every night, and I can picture him to a T, his hair, his eyes, his clothes, his expression, and he was holding an axe, and he looked like he was startled. And of course, I'm seeing this man at the end of my bed, and I'm fucking startled too, because I'm like a kid. And I would sleep with a baseball bat. My mom's always like, why are you sleeping with a baseball bat? I'm like, dude, the man at the end of my bed, hello. So I was like, what the hell? He told me that, that's what it was, and that I need to meditate into a clear place and focus back to that memory and let him know that he is dead and he passed away. And I honestly, I did this later on in life. I want to say I was like 36 when I had this mediumship reading, and I passed him on. But I don't know if I really did or not, because I'm not back at that old house anymore. When I moved from that home, I never saw him again. Okay. So it was like we moved from that house when I was 18, and I never saw him again. So I don't know if I moved him on or not. I would like to think I did, but I don't know. So I've kind of grew up just, like I said, seeing dead people, hearing things, seeing things, strong intuition in things, very sensitive to things, everything. Everything you can think of, just very sensitive. I started with a paranormal team back in 2015. I was with them for about a year, and we did a lot of residential investigations, and then we ended up doing a location investigation, and that's when we went to the haunted old Lavaca County Jail, and that is where I met my fabulous partner, Deborah Fawcett, and
we love Debbie.
Immediately, girl, she is a freaking trip. She's like my second mama. I love her. But we I swear we hit it. It's like we knew each other in a past life, which come to find out we did a past life together at the jail. And we were prisoners. We were both prisoners. We were men, and we were in the upstairs cells, and we were always talking about how we were going to take the jail over one day, and then boom, hello, century later, here we are. But yeah, I know, right?
Now we run this shit. Just kidding.
I know, right?
They took over for sure.
Starting from the bottom, now we're here. No.
Foresaw the future for sure.
Cool as shit how that works out, It's like you just meet people and you just have this connection, and it's like you've known each other before. It's connect on a different level, and it was that way immediately when we met. And she was told me, yeah, you got to dump these clowns that you're with, talking about the team I was with at the time. And she's like, no, you.
I know how that goes.
I know, right? Yes, you do, girl. Yes, you do. And she was like, you need to help me run this place. You belong here. We're doing this together. So, and that was almost 7 years ago. So I have been the co-property manager of the haunted old Lavaca County Jail in Hallettsville since then, and it's been an amazing freaking experience. I have met some of the most coolest fucking people I've ever met in my life. Some of the most caring, funny, just the variety of people I have met, and I think you all know this because we all kind of do the same thing. You come across some seriously badass people, and they can truly change your life.
Yeah,
and it's been amazing, and that's, I guess, how I got where I am right now, doing what I do and doing what I love. I absolutely love what I do, and I don't think many people can say that. So it's been a cool ride.
So
now Lisa. Just kidding.
The other Lisa.
And on to you.
And on to you. There you go.
Go Blondie. Go Blondie.
Yeah. It's my birthday.
Well, my first experience, Gosh, it was like probably mid elementary. I was trying to think what age. It was before middle school, and it was seeing siblings. I didn't know I had to see siblings. That I would see them playing up and down the hallways when I was little in a little 2-bedroom house, and they primarily stuck to my parents' bedroom and the hallway. And my brother at the time had seen them as well, but he won't acknowledge it to this day. He did back then, but it was probably middle school, and I kept asking why my brother was not named Junior, or not Junior, but the third after my dad, who's a junior.
Mhm.
And they kept avoiding the question over the years. And by middle school, my mom was like, well, you have 3 siblings that died in a house fire when you were a baby. And so, okay, that makes sense. So I was seeing them in the house at a young age. And of course, back then, you don't have the resources to handle it. You just suppress it and move on. But looking back, yeah, it made sense. Like, okay, that totally makes sense. And then I think it was around the time a show became popular. I won't say what show. And that's when, it became more widely accepted. And that's when I started investigating. It was probably about 2007, where I joined like a bigger group. And, you work your way down to a smaller group. And like Lisa was in a small group doing residential cases and restaurants and businesses and that kind of stuff. And then did my own up in Fort Worth. And then that got dismembered when I moved to Austin about 7 years ago. So just been investigating since. Wrote a book in the meantime and did some blogging.
Okay. And what's the name of the book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's called the Doppelgänger or Not, Case by Case. That was in 2019. Published that. Doppelgänger, different cases.
Nice.
People's experiences with that.
I've had some of that. That's crazy. I want to read your book.
I wanted to see if there was any correlation with people's stories. Like, you know how they say serial killers, it's all one zodiac, one sign. And like, is there anything with this, with the people that are experiencing
profiling?
What's that?
Profiling the doppelganger, whatever. I can't even say it right.
Yeah. And then, some people sit there and they say they have a conversation with it. Are they?
Yeah, they did.
Or is it more of a fleeting image? Because I've seen it in pictures where, my first experience with a doppelganger, which led me to writing the book, well, there was 2 different things. One was back around 2007 when I first started. I was at this house investigating and they had a picture and they're like, you see this guy here in this doorway. He was not actually there, He was downstairs and all these people were attesting that he was not, it was his doppelganger in that picture. It's like, okay, that's the first time I heard about a doppelganger. And then it was some years later, I was doing a blog and we started talking about different types of, like shapeshifters and doppelgangers and all that kind of stuff. And then it just kind of lunged me into like, I want to write something. I want to look into it more and see, like, with these experiences, are they having like odd smells? Are they communicating with the doppelganger? Just what they have in common, what they don't. And also put out there like some famous cases and some studies are in the book.
Nice.
So, like, Abraham Lincoln was probably like one of the most famous ones that said he saw his doppelganger.
Nice.
Really, and then the pet doppelgangers too. I touch on that as well.
Okay. So, so the first one is still in Amazon, or
Yeah, it is. Outskirts Press is the main who you can get it through, but also Amazon. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll have that link in the description for everybody who's paying attention, and
I do. If anybody has had, like, I'm looking for right now, anybody that's donated organs or like the recipient or the donor, but I need to know each other for my next book because I'm going to be doing it on cell memory.
To see if they cross the lines.
Yes.
That's
so
cool.
I want to. Yeah, I want to see.
So cool. I know. I told us like I want to help you with that. That sounds
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the consent forms is what takes so long. For this one, it took over a year just to get all the waivers signed. That's the longest part, people turning those in. But yeah, I want to see just more research on like when you receive an organ, they say you start taking on those characteristics of that person that you received it from. So I would like to have some medical standpoint on that in the book, get some professionals in the book, but then also the research and the recipient and donors perspective on it.
Very good. That sounds very, very interesting.
Mhm.
It's a good point to bring up.
I've heard some stories on that.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah.
it's not easy though, you know.
Mhm.
And I also have heard that that is one of the reasons a true Jewish community will not give anything or receive anything, because they have to be buried with exactly what they were born with.
Yeah.
So it's, it's
Yeah,
very
there's so many things from the faith, like you mentioned, and the process of donation and the process of receiving and the side effects and the meds. And I mean, I want to hit on all that. So
Yeah, that sounds
just-
interesting.
very good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, go
how
ahead.
did you met? How did you two meet?
oh. Lisa's like, I don't even know. We run in the same circles, and it's funny because I've blogged different blogs over the years, and I'd taken a break, and Howie with Riff Nation he's been wanting me on his network for a while, and I was like, well, okay, but I'm gonna bring on a co-host. I want somebody to do it with me, and so I knew of Lisa, and I was like, hey, do you want to? Just randomly messaged her, hey, you want?
I was like, I don't even know this girl. I don't even think were we friends on Facebook or not. I don't even remember.
We were.
I'm clueless. I know. I was just like, hey, you want to do a podcast together? And I'm like, how can we be on a podcast? Okay. She's like, no, like do a podcast. I was like, sure, why the hell not? I mean,
And it's been almost a year now. You're chaos.
So it's and I think we our first show was in August, I believe. I think it was. And every single month we have one the first Tuesday of every month, and we're on Riff Nation. We're called Mystic Mayhem. It is freaking Mystic Mayhem every damn time. We either try to go live and then we forget to hit live, or
lose audio. Yeah.
lose audio.
We lost the whole episode. Yeah.
We'll pre-record and our video goes missing. This has happened a few times.
Happened to us too, girls.
Oh,
So yeah.
Single time. Luck is not on our side when we do our podcast. I'm telling you, it's
You picked the perfect name though.
that is the name.
Like Mystic we are, Mayhem we have, because every time there's something goes wrong.
Yeah. I give up. It's just like you just roll with it. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, can you tell us a little bit more about your podcast?
We cover the whole spectrum.
Sorry, it's my kid. Sorry. We pretty much talk about anything and everything. We like to discuss anything and everything paranormal, UFOs, Bigfoot. We did dabble a little in politics by accident on our last one.
The guests, not us. We were trying to.
It happens. I mean,
It does.
It kind of can blur into the lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. It does. But yeah, we kind of just have a little bit of everybody on there. We had our Moon Girl on before.
Yes, thank you, ladies, for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Dave was our last one with UFOs.
We need to do something.
Yes.
Good.
Something fun, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah, UFOs I could see going into the political.
That's the one. That's the one.
Me?
Because it was talking about government, and then
Yeah, and it's just I could see that happening there. It's that's a subject that's very hard.
Blonde-headed Lisa's dying, and I'm just laughing, clapping away. Whatever, hey. Freedom of speech, okay? It's all okay, but yeah. It wasn't me though. It wasn't me this time. So. It really wasn't. I know. Surprise.
Oh Lord. So you're doing it once a month now, right? And where can people find that?
Mm-hmm.
Take it, Blondie.
Rift Nation Network on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's RIFT, Rift Nation Network, and they have a lot of we have a lot of different people on there doing a lot of different kinds of podcasts as well. It's a fun network, it really is, because there's like a little bit of everything for everybody. So if you don't like us,
yeah, there's
go
like,
to hell and find somebody else. No.
There's love shack. It's not even just paranormal at this point. I mean, they have entertainment and love stuff, and they cover every genre, every topic you can think of.
And you guys also talk about football on your podcast as well.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. But football season's been over. It's sad.
Well, it's not quite over, but my nephew, Sam Matthews, he's the 12th man for A&M. I do every podcast. Sorry. Yeah, no, they had a huge game today. It was like the best of the best players. He is going to be playing big time here real soon, and I cannot wait to announce it. So, and he's also getting married soon. He proposed to his
Congratulations!
Oh, there's all kinds of great stuff happening. But
a possible signing?
Very much. Yes. Yes, very much. That's why I said I can't wait for that big announcement, because I'm itching over here. So
sounds like there's one that you can't say.
There's a couple. So 16. Yeah, there's a lot that so it's exciting. So
that's awesome.
I don't know. I'm
gonna have to get his autograph now.
Do I?
I'll have to get his autograph before he makes it too big.
I know, right? Well, but you're a UT fan, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, true.
You're gonna have to lie, Lisa.
I'll just not wear my UT shirt. Don't tell him.
Now, have you guys ever investigated together, whether like through the internet or in an actual location?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been out to the jail a few times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to the jail twice now, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, we were twice, and we're talking about coming back again. Yeah, it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, we went to a couple different cemeteries and did investigating out there as well, and took some crazy ass photos. And she tried climbing a tree, and I don't even know.
Yeah, it didn't work too well.
There were ants everywhere. I don't know. It was fun. I mean, you got to make your own fun in Hallettsville.
I know. Yeah. I mean, you can't make shit up. My ass is hanging out, and I'm falling from the tree. Yeah, it's been going well.
You were mooning the ghost?
I was looking for him. There you go.
Yeah.
We were talking about Goliath soon. I've still got that written down to schedule. We gotta book something.
I know. That's our next. Well, other than the jail, I guess. Yeah, Goliath is another one we really want to go and do. I was there, I want to say in 2016, did an investigation. It was a very humbling place, very active, and very humbling. So it was a.
What all did you get? Because I've been, but I've only been like just in walking around. You know how you just, I don't know if I even paid to go in, but you know, that the reenactment and all that. But I didn't do an investigation there.
We got a lot of flashlight activity for like yes and no questions in the bunker area. And then one of the rooms in the bunker area was an infirmary. And I was asking is there anybody here that died? And I got a male voice that says, yes, I died here. We would hear, there's like those, I'm not even sure what they're called. It's like the lookout towers, turret or look
picket. Well, I don't know. We call them picket.
Yeah. There's like 4 of them on each corner and a lookout, I guess. We were up there and we all heard, it sounded like 100 horses just running up. Like we all, it was really cool. And interesting, there's this big wooden doors that lead into where the chapel area is. And both Deborah and I at 2 different times, like she was there a couple of years before I went, she got an EVP that said, don't go in there, bitch, in Spanish. I got the same EVP that said, "Don't go in there, bitch," but in English.
Well, our ghost is bilingual.
I know, right? I know he is apparently. So I was like, wow. I don't
Had
know,
to be
guys.
from South Texas, baby.
I know. Go Tex-Mex, you know.
Sassy.
Then you took him to the restaurant across the street, got some taquitos and enchiladas, margarita.
Hey, that sounds good.
That's wild though that the EVPs were exactly the same years apart. Same
Yes,
location.
years apart, but in Spanish and in English. It was- oh.
Bilingual.
We're bilingual here. That's what he said.
I know, like Buta and Burritos. I got
That's
nothing.
all you need to know.
Yeah, you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
Hey, we'll have you there with us, Mingle, next time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm down. I'm down. Lisa knows I'm always trying to go back to the jail too. So, still
You
one of
can
my
go
favorite
to
places ever.
Yeah, the jail and Goliad are not far apart. I think it's like maybe 45 minutes. So
Nice.
yeah, double nighter. Let's do it.
Yes.
Is-
Let's talk to our bilingual ghost. I'll be your interpreter.
That's right.
I'll make burritos. No, I'm joking.
He'll be like calling us Buta like 3 times. Buta, Buta, Buta. In a white accent, though.
Oh goodness gracious!
Of course, I want a full recording of the whole night.
Right. Well, Jay, you should come along.
I'm all the way in Pennsylvania. I
wow.
may or may not be there.
Well,
Yeah,
then I guess you're a little far. Yeah.
a little far. I would love to, but you know,
You have
Just
some
a
cool
smudge.
Yeah.
to
Huh?
investigate.
Is
You
it
have
blooming real nice up there right now?
it's not blooming fully yet because we had like 70 degrees, and now today it was 35, 45. So it, I am getting the daffodils, so we are seeing those all around.
Don't let her background fool you. It's not blooming yet, okay? It's just the background.
I'm just wishing, this is like
Yeah.
cherry
She's
blossom
manifesting it.
She's
in
sitting
May,
outside of the podcast.
I'm like, I'm getting myself psyched into.
She's hopeful.
Ready for it.
Yes, I am very hopeful. Very hopeful. It's, but that's what it is. We do have our 4 seasons, and even though the rat said early spring, today is basically, it's spring day, first day of spring, I think, today or tomorrow officially. But it's
In 30-degree weather, it's spring.
yeah.
Right.
So we've had snow in May, so
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, no thanks. I'll fix
no
that.
thanks. No thanks.
Yeah.
You have some really cool locations up there near you. Have you been to any? What have you been to up there?
Oh, I've been to let's see. Something I could talk about. Hold on. Because I do a lot of private. I do a lot of private, so it's like, oh.
Yeah.
I've been to the Conjuring House.
Oh, really?
Yes. I've been to a theater that is the Sherman Theater. I've been to Shawnee Inn Theater, which is really nice. I've been to the Shawnee Inn, and I headed investigations there. So those are the ones I could talk about. Unfortunately, they always ask you to sign that. Don't talk about it. We just want to know what's here, but don't talk about it. So, but yeah. So those were really nice. I used to do a lot pre-COVID. Post-COVID, it kind of,
Yeah.
I don't want to go in crowds, and you guys have warmer weather, so you could go outside and burn it, whatever virus it is out there.
Right.
Over here, we're stuck inside. You can't really burn it as fast.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I got a question for all of y'all. What one location have you felt drawn to? Like just get pulled back over and over and sucked back in?
Well, I've never gone, but I've always wanted to go to the Penhurst. I've never been there. And also, there's one, I can't remember. It's called, is it in Japan or China? Like you're not allowed to go there. And even the police tells you, like there's a sign outside the gate, like the law doesn't work past this. So if you go, you're on your own. And it's supposed to be like immensely haunted. And there's supposed to be not only like hauntings, but there's like real people, criminals in there. And they have like their own little secret ghost criminal town or something. So I've always thought that was really cool to go to as well.
I've always been called to Dracula's castle.
Oh yes, that one sounds good. Yes.
That has always, I mean, I dream about it. I at one point could tell you how everything looked inside. Never been there, never seen a movie about it, never seen anything. And I drew it as best as I could. I described it, and one of my friends who went said, "Oh my God, this is exactly how it is." And then he was showing me the pictures. I was like,
Linda was a vampire in her past life.
I just like the smooth skin after those baths. No, but that's the one that calls me the most. But I have not been. There is one that there was an old house in Newark, New Jersey. That was a house over from a cemetery that was really old cemetery. I think the last person that was buried there was in the early 1900s. And that house always called me. Like I would drive by, I got to know the owners because, you know, I was that person that, okay, I can't help it anymore. I got to go in and ring the doorbell. And, you know, they probably thought I was or about to steal everything, you know, case the place. So, but once I started talking to them, they understood and they let me in. And it's like, it felt like home. So I don't know if one of my lifetimes I lived there or the property or whoever lived there back then was related to me, you know, somehow. So, but yeah, I had
Or
to
you
stop.
just wanted to play in cemeteries? No.
Yes, I wanted to go to cemeteries. But yeah. Okay, confess, Lisa Franks.
All right, let's see.
Redhead Lisa.
Redhead Lisa.
Right. For sure, Penhurst. I mean, that's actually been a place I wanted to go to for a very long time.
Me too. Let's go together, Lisa, because I want to go. I haven't gone there yet.
Let's do it. I would love to go. That I'm feel drawn to that place. The jail, obviously.
Yes.
From the very first time I went there, it was like it felt oddly home. You know, even though it's a jail, it felt like I've been here before. I know this place. So still drawn to that. Oddly enough, because I was scared out of there, I was jumped by something not good at Yorktown Memorial Hospital. But oddly, it is a place that I really loved to go. I have not been back there since that incident happened. It was quite terrifying. So I have not been back there. It's been about 3 years, I guess.
See, now you're gonna have to tell us about the incident. We're gonna re-traumatize you again for our audience. The hell with your mental health. We need to entertain.
It was some good therapy.
You know, and I'm an asshole for doing that because it's like I throw that out there and then I'm like, I'm not going to tell you about it. I know. No, I mean, okay. I don't scare easily. I mean, there have been a couple instances at the jail where I'm like, I think we need to go, you know. I didn't, but, you know, I wanted to. I'd been invited by a friend to go to Yorktown for, a couple hours in the midnight. So we went, and it was myself and Katrina Cooper, and another friend of ours, Valerie, and we were all sitting in the chapel. The rest of the group that we were with was out. I mean, they were scattered amongst the hospital in different locations. And if you've ever been there, it's a big hospital. So everybody was kind of everywhere. And just the three of us girls were sitting in the chapel. And I don't remember what I started talking about. And then all of a sudden, I mean, it felt, I just know that I have never felt so terrified in my life. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. I felt almost pain in a way. And it lasted what felt like me for minutes, but I think it really lasted a couple seconds. And I remember like screaming and jumping up, and I ran right out those doors. And I'm like, I didn't know what happened. I mean, it all happened so fast. Couple minutes later, Katrina and Valerie came out, and they're like, "Oh my God, what happened? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Guys, I don't know. I just felt like I felt like I was jumped by a demonic spirit."
So do you feel like they had tried to go in you, or just the presence of it being around you?
I don't know. I just know that I have never felt so much fear in my entire fucking life than I did right then.
Wow.
And again, and I guess maybe I didn't think about that, but it was painful. So maybe it was, trying to jump me or something. But and I'm not one of those that oh, I believe in demonic spirits and all that shit. I mean, I think if you're a shitty person in life and you die, you're probably a shitty fucking person. But as far as evil, demonic, I never, ever believed in shit like that, ever. Until that night when that happened. And it happened twice.
The demon was like, "You're going to learn today." No, just kidding.
I didn't hear you, what?
I said the demon was like, "You're going to learn today." No.
I know, right? Let me back in. And I was like, I know. Now
So you don't believe in us? I'll show you, Lisa Redhead.
Right?
No.
I know. Like, you're a tough girl. Think you're coming back inside? No, because I went outside and they talked me back in. We went into when you first walk in, there's this sitting area, and we were sitting right there. And I started talking about God, that was so weird, and I can't believe it happened, and it happened again. And I ran out the doors, and I have not been back. And that was 3 years.
Would you go back?
That is the only time I have ever run out of anywhere for any reason. And no, I have not been back. I'm a pussy.
But you would not go.
Now, actually, what's funny is Deborah, she's like, when I told her what happened, she forbid me to ever go there again. She's like, "You are not allowed to go there again." So I'm like, okay.
You're like, fine by me. I wasn't planning on going anyways.
I've caught some of my best, other than the jail, my best evidence I have ever caught was in that hospital. So it's I'm drawn to go back because it's I know what I caught, I know what I've heard, seen, felt, but that experience was terrifying, and I don't want to experience that again. And I don't know if I would ever experience that again, but I don't necessarily want to risk it. So
I hear you.
What about the blonde Lisa? I'll be your poor therapist. Tell me a traumatizing story about you.
I get traumatized. Well, I do, but no, but mine is Yorktown too. I don't think I've ever told Lisa, but Yorktown, it's that place. The chapel was just desecrated, where they were doing satanic worshiping, and it's the energy there is crazy. And when I went twice. I went once to investigate. The second time we investigated a little bit, but it was primarily for the book to take photos. So we were there for so many hours. But that first time, I went with there was 5 of us, and one of them was a medium. And the minute that front door, he was puking. The energy, and we couldn't get anything to stay on. Our equipment just kept shutting down. I mean, pop fresh batteries into a flashlight, dead. Pop more in, dead. We'd have to go outside, get it going, and then come in. And it was just the energy there was nuts. And all of us got scratched, every single one of us.
Wow.
And same with the EVP. We got a really good one in the chapel, in the confession window there, because I had reached my hand and I kind of freaked out because I felt something brush it. And then something about, oh, it's probably a cobweb. And then you hear Aaron say, did you just hear that guy say cobweb? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then when you listen back on audio, you say cobweb, then you hear the spirit or man that was in the confessional say cobweb, a little whisper, cobweb, and then you hear Aaron say, did you hear him say cobweb? So it was three of us in a row. And that was pretty cool to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get some good evidence there for sure. That place is insane.
Well, it's close to the jail too, so the next time you come to the jail, I'll call Stephanie and I'll ask her if we can just come up during the day and just, go through there during the day for a little bit. She'll be cool with it. So yeah.
Over at Yorktown?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
just
awesome.
go with me and I'll go help you.
Yes. No, I've been wanting to go back. That's one of those. And two, what was crazy was when we were going to investigate too, we were in two different vehicles and we hit that mile marker that has the Yorktown sign. Both vehicles, everybody was sick as shit the minute we hit that. And like our car, we called the other car, we're like, we all felt like puking, just crazy, just like hit us. We called the other vehicle and they were all just sick as shit in their car too. It was weird how it was like they knew we were coming. It was the weirdest thing. That place is intense.
Yeah. See, we have to go now. I need to go.
You never been to Yorktown?
I have not.
Oh.
What the hell?
I know.
Down here? What the fuck?
I know. I need to plan a trip. It'll be like your place. I'll go to the Six House, and then over there.
I mean,
do a little
we're
trip.
all like so close together.
I know.
Okay, both of you, and I mean, girl, if you want to fly down too, Glenda, you fly the hell down too. But Moon Girl and Lisa, take 3 days off or something. Just come down for 3 days, do everything, do all of them.
Yeah, we'll hit it up.
We did a marathon like that. That one time we did Yorktown, we did a residential, we did Black Swan Inn. We did like four days in a row. So it'll be like that, another marathon.
Yeah.
From one to the next.
But Yorktown, we can just do, for a couple hours during the day.
Yeah.
And
squeeze it in.
So, yeah, we can do this in like 2 days, 2 or 3 days. We can push it out.
Yes. I like the Black Swan too. Although I wish they would let us sleep inside the house. I think that would have been cool.
Which one?
The Black Swan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been. Yeah, I was like, when I first heard of it, I was like, do they let you sleep there? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, but it's still a really cool place to go to.
Technically sleep.
Yeah.
Cool. Jail's a nice place. So we can always drive back. It'll be fine.
Yes. Love the jail. Still one of my favorite places to go.
Aw, thank you.
I'll forever love the jail, and still some of the best evidence I've gotten was the Lavaca County Jail. I love it, and I love you guys, so I'm always down to go.
Yeah, and kudos, huge props to the Moon Girl up there, because I mean, I've been at the jail for almost 7 years now, and we have never had a female that spent the night upstairs. That bitch spent the night upstairs, and it was amazing.
Fun.
And she stayed live like the whole night. She would have like the camera going live. And I mean, she was hilarious. These ghosts and spirits are making all this noise. And she's like, would you guys just shut up? I'm trying to go to sleep. She was so cute and just fearless. I mean, it was kudos to you, because I will never do that ever. I mean,
well, so now you're going to have to sleep upstairs with me next time now. I'm dragging her to sleep with me upstairs the next time.
Oh shit! No. We'll do some drinking first, and then we'll see.
Well, you see, and then that was the first time, and then the second time, we brought over Heather Taddy, we love, and Chris and D Moon, and they were up there with me for a little bit. They're a little bougie, so they wanted to sleep in the bed. So they're like, bye, little girl, later, peace out.
Well, it's like when people think about, oh, the jail, like it's got to be gross and there's no places to sleep. No, we actually have like beds and couches and air mattresses and stuff, and a kitchen and a bathroom and a shower.
It's really
So
comfortable, actually. Like the
It's a nice
downstairs area, yeah.
but those
Although I
upstairs
didn't stay there, I stayed in the cold, but downstairs is nice.
Drag a blow up mattress upstairs.
Yeah, we did. I did. We dragged it upstairs right in the middle.
We did. We made you a big old bed. I think Nick Groff spent the night up there too.
Nice.
Yeah, we had Nick Groff at the jail. That was fun and amazing. And he's, as far as TV shows, because I know Moon Girl, you know.
Is that where the baby was conceived? Just kidding.
I have to say that was the funnest weekend of my life. He was such a sweetheart. No, he's such a nice guy, and like what he investigates is what he shows. There's no like these, you know, big videos, nothing but fakery and fuckery, and they come with a script, and they got remotes for their REM pods. We've seen it all at the jail. There's none of that with him. So his show is Death Walker. So I highly recommend, if any, you know, whoever watching this, if you want like a real legit paranormal show, like we're showing you what we got, his show, absolutely, Death Walker with Nick Groff, because we've had the travel channel at the jail before, and that was an absolute disaster. And a lot of these shows you see on TV are not real at all. So.
So are a lot of the mediums.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of fake.
A lot of.
A lot, yeah. Yeah. Pulls out the list of people. Yes, very long list.
I gotta scroll.
I gotta roll it.
I mean, so no, we like the real stuff. And YouTube, like there's so many like YouTube groups that are out there, and they're like producing real stuff.
Yeah,
I love that. I totally love that.
I like the upcoming younger crowds. There's some really good ones, like that Alex kid that we interviewed.
Alex, yes.
Yeah.
With Ghost Seekers Texas. Highly recommend. You've got to go find them on YouTube. Ghost Seekers Texas, or Ghost Seekers TX. But yeah, a guy named Alex, a young kid, super sweet, and what they get is what you see, and they get some amazing stuff. So, and do a very
their video too. The way they compose it,
amazing. A lot better than a lot of the crap you see on TV. So, huge fan of YouTube for sure.
Yeah. I think a lot of the big names, the big shows that got canceled, they're all jumping on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And they're actually, you know, YouTube's taking off again. For a hot minute it was TikTok, but now they're all going back to YouTube, and they're making more money than they were on shows for some of them. So good for them. Glenda, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, at some point.
Right.
At that point. So, what do you ladies see happening for yourselves? Like, is there any planned events or anything that you see in the near future or the future?
Like continuing your podcast or something?
Honestly, I mean, I'm just doing my thing. Honestly, I'm just taking it day by day and living day by day, and just grateful to wake up every day. And you know, of course, I'd love to have a job with lots of money, but I don't. That's what it is. I think it's it's important that you just do what you love, because life is short, and I got to do what you love. I mean, the jail keeps me incredibly busy. My family keeps me incredibly busy. So it just, I don't know. I mean, I've dabbled at the thought of writing a book just about my life.
You guys should co-write a book together. I think that'd be cool.
I think that would be fun. I think that could be fun for sure. But I don't know. I mean, just my life, my experiences. I mean, if it hits and reaches one person, hey, you know, it is what it is. So I don't know.
And that's the person we needed to write the book for. That's the way I look at it.
Mm.
Sometimes,
Nice.
you know, sometimes,
life.
yeah.
So we'll see. I guess I don't know.
You never know who has same experiences and then don't feel like they're by themselves anymore.
Right. Because sadly, I mean, even with all the paranormal shows and stuff, you know, people I still think experience things and are afraid to say stuff. So you know.
But yeah, they're afraid of being labeled.
And
As
if
you get
somebody
older, you just kind of slow down too, where you just start investigating for yourself and not so much for, you know, the public and the businesses and stuff. You just more about the experience.
I would always still love to do, you know, other than going into other, you know, and visiting different paranormal locations, is I really always loved and had such a passion for residential investigations and helping people in that way. So if I am ever needed to do that again, I actually have done that several times over the past 7 years while working at the jail. I love doing that, and I would love to continue doing that, helping people in their homes, cleansing their homes. And I don't mean maid service. I just, you know, sage service. Oh my God.
Like, oh, I do need you, Lisa.
Damn. Like,
I need some dishes done.
So,
And if somebody wants to book like an overnight at the jail, where can they reach you? Or if they want to do an investigation period?
You can find me on Facebook and probably every other social media you can think of.
Yes, I'm stalking Lisa.
Lisa M. Franks, or on our, we have a Facebook jail page, and it is the Haunted Old Lavaca County Jail. Our booking link is on that page. You can message me as well. We'll help you book it if you need to. We can book any day of the week. You can book a tour if you don't want to book overnight. You can also find us on Instagram as well.
Okay.
And what about the show again? Where can they find you on the show, your podcast?
Our podcast, we are on Rift Nation Network. We are Mystic Mayhem, Lisa and Lisa, like Blondie and Red. And
yes.
And we are our show is the first Tuesday of every month, 8 Central, I believe. 8:30 Central. I don't know. It seems to me like it always changes. 8:30.
I remind her every time.
Yeah. When he says out at the movies or something, you're like, hey, we're going to go on in 5 minutes. She's like, what?
I know. So confused.
Live from the restroom at the movie theater.
Hey, that happened once, okay?
At least it wasn't from a bar, I guess, right?
Right. Next week.
Well, is there anything else that you want our audience to know that you haven't covered or talk about?
Yeah, a quick reminder about your book, where they can find your books again.
Yeah.
On Amazon, and it's a Doppelgänger or Not, Case by Case. It's under Lisa Hale, my previous married name, H-A-L-E. You might be able to find it under Lamrock, I'm not sure. But, yeah, and then I'm talking about maybe speaking. There's a history. It's called like History, Haunts, and Legends Paranormal Conference in Jefferson twice a year. It's spring and fall, where they have speakers out there and little booths set up and everything. And I spoke there in the past, and she's been asking me to come speak again. I was kind of waiting for the second book, but I may in between. So you might find me out there at some point. But it's a good thing to go see and check out anyway. There's the Jefferson Hotel out there and stuff. So.
Okay. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you so much for
Wonderful.
having us. We appreciate it. Getting us to pimp ourselves and whatnot. And let's seriously, y'all let me know what works for you as far as dates. And let's do the jail, the Sixth Realm House in Yorktown. We can knock it out in 2 days.
Yeah.
And that's all. 2 days, girls.
Making my schedule now.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
to our
you.
audience. As always, many blessings, and we love you. And see you next week. Bye.
Bye.